Hello and welcome everyone to our next playthrough of Unreal Gold,
Unreal Gold.
also known as Return to Pali, GT Interactive, and we open exactly where the first playthrough of Unreal left it off. From Legend Entertaining, we are floating above Nepali in the asteroid field,
And we're getting demolished by mile-long objects in space.
I don't think these are actually a full mile long, but you know they are relatively
They're
large.
pretty big. That was a big one right there. We're gonna crash. Nope. What?
Unreal Return to Nepali with the kick-ass music in the background.
Polly.
But now we must shut up because there is dialogue.
Oh my God, there's voice acting in this game?
Very limited voice acting.
New Space Warship UMS Bodega Bay, requesting a priority translite communication with UMS Sector Control.
Voices!
Alien origin as we came into orbit. There was one human survivor aboard who claims to have escaped from the planet. Survivor will not disclose identity even under interrogation. DNA scans are being uploaded for identification. Please advise.
So you can't understand what they're saying, right?
I can. Yeah, they just identified this craft and they need to figure out who it is. The dramatic irony is palpable.
Prisoner 849 is classified as missing and presumed dead.
Starlight Base. Permission to use the rescued prisoner for Operation Talon Hunter. The prisoner has extensive knowledge of the planetary surface and hazards. Prisoner 849 is the natural choice to search for the record of Prometheus and recover the Talon data cores.
X marks the spot.
Cleared to take whatever steps are necessary to ensure the success of Operation Talon Hunter.
Talon Hunter? Are we ornithologists?
Not quite. Unfortunately, in what is the first instances of many, my copy of Unreal Gold doesn't actually have a very functioning connection to a lot of the voice acting lines. So, yeah, we're gonna be missing out on a few of the story sequences.
Damn it.
What they were supposed to continue saying there is that our character, Prisoner 849, whatever the fuck her tag name is very much expendable.
But we're not expendable.
Yeah, we are. We are a prisoner on a crash. We were a prisoner on a crash spaceship. We no longer exist.
I will redeem myself. This sucks.
More kick-ass music.
Yes. Come further, visitor of the castle. Let me show you the wine vineyards. First sequence of the game.
A day after my so-called rescue, and I'm going back to the surface of the planet.
What?
They've promised me a full pardon and transit back to Earth in exchange for my help. The alternative was a trip out the airlock without a suit. I agreed to take the mission. My job is to find the wreck of another ship, the Prometheus, and recover the data cores for some new secret weapons research project. When I've got the cores, I'm supposed to go to the bridge of the crashed ship and activate the ELT transmitter. The ELT will pinpoint my location for pickup. They need me because they don't know exactly where the Prometheus went down. Apparently the tritium in the planet below is wreaking havoc with their scanners. They figure I learned a thing or two during my last romp on the surface. If anyone can find their missing ship, I can. I'm a little better prepared than last time. They've given me a military-issue combat assault rifle, a new portable scuba unit for underwater, and this computer log. They've also made logistics drops of ammo, weapons, and other supplies. So, I did it before and I'll do it again. But it won't be easy. They call this a salvage mission. I call it a return to hell.
Yeah, I accidentally switched over my character model from a female to male, so that was a thing.
So you were playing as a woman in the first game, but now you're playing as a man in this game.
Yep.
So I was going to say, like, I was pretty sure that was not a woman speaking.
Yeah, it was not. Alright, couple of things that we need to go over. Unreal Gold is significantly shorter than Unreal 1 is. To the point where, well, this playthrough is about half as long, and if I was better at the game, it would be even shorter than that.
Yeah.
Another major thing, Unreal Gold is actually slightly harder than Unreal 1 is, specifically because it actually solves one of Unreal 1's major problems in enemy diversity. There are more enemy types, and they're used significantly more, as opposed to Unreal 1, which pretty much just had a Scar, mercenaries, variants on those, and brutes.
And sailing monsters.
Oh, and pupae, because fuck pupae.
Yeah, then everything looks pretty familiar. The textures look familiar. They did a great job on the sound effects just in this opening sequence.
Yeah. I still absolutely love the music and atmosphere in this game. And this is a full expansion to Unreal 1.
Oh, so well that would explain its shortness, is that it's not an independent game, it's an expansion of the game.
It's an expansion.
So do you have the option to carry over all of your stuff from the previous game?
No, but that's because of the plot.
Right, because the army re-equips you with your weapons.
Well, the Bodega Bay re-equips you. Alright, this is the Combat Assault Rifle. The Combat Assault Rifle is honestly a great weapon when you're using its alternate fire. However, its primary fire runs through ammo like fucking water, so don't bother using it.
This alternate fire, it's kind of what do you call it? It's counterintuitive.
The alternate fire for the Combat Assault Rifle is a group of incendiary rounds that deal significantly more damage. This is the primary fire. You'll notice that he went down significantly faster, but I ate through like 50 bullets doing it, as opposed to normally where I only ate through like 25.
Well, that's a lesson in conservation. Health packs. Did you ever have to open containers in order to get items before?
Yes, but you always shot them, so.
Yeah. Stop. I am Big Muscle Man.
Yes, he is.
I am gonna eat you. Damn it.
Now, I will say that the Combat Assault Rifle secondary fire does have the problem of having a pretty lengthy reload time on it. But to be frank, that's its only real downside. Aside from that, it's effectively a railgun. Plus the Bodega Bay did, pretty much bombard the planet with ammo drops for us. So very nice of them.
Yes. It is good to have lots of ammo drops. I also wish my phone would stop going off in the background.
I wish that this Manta would stop chasing us.
Die, Manta. You belong in the sea, you are mutant.
Yeah, so what major questions do you have for me today, Mr. Cloud?
Where are we going?
We are attempting to find the UMS Prometheus. It crash landed somewhere on the planet, and it is our job as prisoner, insert number here, to find it for the Bodega Bay, for Operation Talent Hunter. Surely they will not betray us or do anything to make us feel unwelcome.
Well, they behaved like a team, but it looks like this time they fucked up and turned on each other like dickheads. Bunnies.
The water effects are still way too damn loud. I don't know why.
It's a waterfall. These waterfalls are genuinely loud.
Waterfalls are genuinely loud. Flare. Alright, one of the things that our character mentioned as we were launching out is that they gave us a rechargeable scuba gear. This is actually very important for later in the game, not so much during the first couple of levels.
You picked up a clip.
Yep, a clip for the automag.
So, if you pick up ammo for your currently equipped weapon, they just call it a clip?
No.
Oh.
The automag runs off of clip. The automag and minigun run off of clips. The combat assault rifle runs off the 50 caliber BAR rounds. The dispersion pistol has its own recharging ammo count, and well, those are the only weapons that we have at the moment. But we will be getting all of the weapons from the last game eventually.
Oh, nice.
As well as a couple of new weapons.
Yeah, if there's one thing I enjoy in my game expansions, it's new weapons.
Yeah. I mean, the new weapons that we get here aren't really all that great aside from the combat assault rifle, but the combat assault rifle does make up for the lackluster performance of the other two. Whee!
Down you go.
Hey, an ASMD core.
Sweet.
I'm not entirely sure if the ASMD is actually in this level, but, you know, it's nice for them to give us a core for it anyway.
So how come you didn't pick up the body armor?
We're at 84 body armor currently, and I knew that this guy was coming up.
He is even bigger, stomping foe, relentless pursuer, kind of.
Okay. We do have to go that way eventually, but we don't have to go that way right now, so we are continuing to explore. The exploration factor has actually been cut down pretty significantly in this in the expansion, but that's mostly in order to actually make it a much more fulfilling, you know, much more traditional FPS experience, as opposed to Unreal 1, where exploration is one of the primary goals of the title.
Yes, and sometimes exploring too much just ultimately derails the whole experience.
Sometimes. I would say that Unreal 1 handles exploration pretty well. I'm trying to figure out what that button actually did, and I can't seem to figure it out.
There's just always been this button on the console. No matter how many times I've looked at it, I always wondered what it did, but I never decided to investigate as to what its function actually is.
There we go. Exploding the Theridium waste containers.
See, I thought you were supposed to walk along this track.
You can, and that's how I'll be coming back.
It's good to have lots of options.
Yeah.
And we're going to circle around the observation window in order to take out the people we were interrogating. Ah.
And then we're going to loot more ammo.
Why didn't you just do that in the first place?
I wanted the element of surprise.
Well, I'd say nothing surprises me quite like broken glass. It's very surprising.
Yeah, but you aren't approved, so there. I hear you, Manta.
I hear water.
I don't see you, but I hear you.
I hear lots of water.
Yeah. I wish I could figure out why the water effects are so loud.
It diminishes the distance. And then it just goes away.
Yeah.
Breathe the ambiance.
The health pack. There's another fruit.
Alright, so so far we have found like 4 enemy types, mostly brutes.
ASMD core. ASMD! Booyah!
Ceiling monster!
I could have sworn the Stinger was here too, but I don't think I find it on this trip. there are no Nolly in this level. Although I think there's a couple of Nolly corpses around.
Oh. That is the price of peace. It is vulnerability to death.
I thought the price of priests was the lives of innocents.
That too.
And in the next part, we will continue on to the first level of Unreal Gold.
Woo!